Black Series Edition LLC. Crystal Age Technology Screens are FLE Company. Let me get this music off of here. There's some copyright-free music, so we're not getting any trouble here. There we go. Got to go through a little commercial here before we get to this part. We just gonna run 2 commercials on the back to back. I don't think so. Let me right here. Come on. Let's get this thing started. No, I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm trying to go to the commercial. I'm gonna have to go to the commercial. What do you make me do it? Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, that fell apart last night. Came in, it was in pieces, so I just scrapped it because it ain't gonna work. Man, I tell you, it was really nice though. So yeah, it crashed, fell apart. Guess it couldn't handle the weight. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, bam! Gotcha. It didn't fall apart. It's still here. I did that to put a smile on the haters. Because, you know, they like it when stuff goes wrong for me. Now, I'm good. It's working perfectly fine. You should have known that. I had the last one for like a couple of months at all. I didn't even break. I literally had a time breaking that thing up. I mean, literally, that surface was so sturdy. I literally had to throw in some boots to crush it down because it was that sturdy. And this thing right here ain't going nowhere. It's there. I got other stuff hanging on top of it. On top, I did some upgrades when I came in. So, since we're going to have this fabric surface that's going to go over the top of it, let me show you what we did. So I got a hole here to put all my stuff in, all my wires and cables through. When we put the fabric across, I'm going to put a nice little slit here with Velcro so I can open it up, put my cables through, hide everything real nicely. And all this stuff is going to be traced in glow anyway. I'm going to trace all the wires in glow. Because I'm looking at the cordless keyboards, I'm thinking, I don't really want to spend that kind of money. I really don't. Kind of cheap when it comes to some things, especially for myself. I like to figure out how I can build cool stuff without it costing me a lot of money. So we're going to put these right here, these funnels, going to keep the nice support so we don't have any issues with it collapsing in that part right there. And we're basically going to reinforce the entire surface because I'm going to reinforce the surface anyway with where did I put them boxes at? Hold on for a minute. Here we go. These little doohickeys, these little panels. So we're going to reinforce this all the way across, glue it down, and then when it's done, then we're going to paint it with our poly. We got a special poly we made that'll allow the surface to harden, weatherproof it, and harden the surface. No mold, no mildew, nothing. Cleans all that up with no problem whatsoever. Then once that's all sealed and done, then we'll put our tablecloth, which is actually a fitted surface that's going to cling. I've measured my table. My table is somewhere around 3.5 by 6 feet wide, so it's pretty big. So it'll cover perfectly, and it'll cling to the table. And then I'll have this nice tight surface for if I want to watch movies or whatever I want to do on it. All this won't be here, so we'll have a projector, huge screen here. We'll have a projector mounted for here, a little tiny portables for this we're using right here. We're not using any big boys. We'll have another one here for my main screen here, and another one here for the portrait mode. And then I'm going to have another one hanging over the top that's actually going to project onto the table. And these are cheap projectors and cost me a lot of money. And I think the highest lumens is 300. That's it. That's all we need. That's 50 over there. So we got everything nice and neat down here. I still got wire management to do. I know it's a lot of wire management I got to do down there, but at least everything's nice and neat, and it's much better than the other one, the other cardboard desk. And it's holding up quite nicely. So we're going to do a panel system for the top. So that way, you know, when I'm leaning down on it, I don't basically dent any of the boxes. So we're basically going to put a nice panel system, keep it nice and sturdy, and then we're going to coat it so we can actually reinforce the entire frame and everything. But other than that, yeah, it's still going nicely. I'm very happy with my cardboard table. And at least now I can honestly say that the table is 100% cardboard. Because the other one we had, wasn't 100% cardboard. It was cardboard, but technically it wasn't 100% cardboard. It had a utility table underneath of it. So now the utility table is gone. It's all cardboard. And I'm here crushing up these boxes, getting them ready for trash. And everything we have here is all recyclable. That's what I love about it. Get my scissors out of here. I use this for the props. Sit. Let's get this crushed up and ready to go. Let me see. Where did I just put my secret record thing out there? Pretty sturdy. Other than that, sorry about that. We got some interesting updates. So, I am going to be bringing out a gamer mat. Something you can roll up like a yoga mat. It's going to be coated with the technology. I said before, we're doing physical, so we can turn any surface we want with our coatings into physical screens. And I want a gamer mat. I want it for myself, technically. But anyway, I want a gamer mat. Something I can take out, roll out, hook it with a projector, and actually game off the floor. Because some of the games I play require to be that bird's eye view. It's a must for the floor. Doing a bird's eye view game this way on 2D, and no, it hurts my eyes. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to have a gamer mat. I got to remember the size of it. It's portable. It has to be 4 feet high. If it's 4 feet high, that's easy for us to ship. Like the wallpapers are 4 feet high, they're easy to ship. And this is going to be a mat. You just basically just coat it with our technology and allows you to game off your floor. And you can walk on it, all that good stuff at the end of the day. You're not going to damage it in any way whatsoever. So, going to be updating that. Also, too, I'm going to be adding in updates for the wall support screws, what they're for, why you have them in there. There'll be stuff inside those packages explaining all that to you from the door, what the wall support screws are for. They're fantastic. We're using ultra short throw on them. Like I said, not all walls are flat. And when the screws, the way they stand out, and this I was able to make my ultra short throw work on my screen, I would actually could adjust my screen to be flat when the wall was actually going in a different direction. And this makes it easier for ultra short throw applications. And on top of that, it's easy to hang and it's frameless. You don't have to build a frame at all, period. Just 4 holes, that's it. And that's not going to mess with your security closet, because God knows how many freaking holes you have in your wall from all the paintings and pictures and everything else you got up there. Ugh. I knew a customer that lived in a very expensive establishment, and they weren't allowed to drill holes in the wall. You mean to tell me if I'm spending $6,000 a month to live in a luxury condo, I can't drill holes in my wall? Oh, you've got to blow your freaking mind at the end of the day. Yeah, no way in the world. I think people like the condo living because everything's taken for it, but the rules and regulations are freaking berserk. And especially if you're paying that kind of money at the end of the day. Heck, I should be able to work on cars in that baby at the end of the day. If I'm spending $6,000 a month to live in a building. I know the John Wanamakers were $10,000 to live in those. I know they were very expensive. But they have, I mean, I tell you something, I hate to put it this way. I really do, but I can imagine the Karens in that place. I could imagine. I can imagine the Karens in that place. And these people will ridicule you because you put something on your outside door because it throws off the environment or whatever, the energy in the environment or whatever. I'm paying that kind of money at the end of the day and you're worrying about what I'm doing? Oh my goodness. But yeah, he had a place, he was paying $6,000 a month for this place and he couldn't even put a hole in the wall. So he did the Velcro system, which still worked at the end of the day, but still, it's a lot of money to tell me that I can't put a hole in my wall. How am I supposed to hang things up? I mean, mostly, if you consider the fact that a hole is not that hard to cover. And if you basically bust your wall with freaking you bust a hole in your wall with drywall, that's an easy repair. It's not hard to do. I see some dummies on YouTube and on, on TikTok and Facebook covering it over with a piece of paper. Don't do that dumb nonsense at the end of the day. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. A piece of paper.
It's a pregame hype.
The way to cover it. Do it right. Just cut the whole thing out and just basically get a piece of drywall, put it up there and do the whole thing from there. Let me see. I got to get all my stuff because we had to go reboot everything because we had to take everything apart for the desk. So we got a little fans test over here. Plenty of room to play on the desk. With the fan test over here. We're going to be uploading some more games for the RetroPie system, which we're going to be building pretty soon. This is the case for it right here. Let me get these boxes out of the way because these are trash. But that's the case right there we built for it. And then the bigger screen you're seeing right here, this is the actual screen that goes there. Has a nice cutout section for the sound bar and everything. And this is going to take the fabric. So all this is going to be coated black. Fabric is going to be using a Velcro system to basically stretch it to the frame we have here, which I'm probably going to need 100-inch, but this is less than 100. And then for the tabletop, we're going to have the tabletop projection screens, which are going to be great because, again, you know, for places that, if anybody wants to turn your table into a projection screen, you know, you don't have to worry about ever painting the table now. You can basically just stretch it over your table and you're done. So we got some pretty cool ideas on some stuff we're working on involving pre-coated screens, but I can't really talk about that right now because some of that stuff I want to wait until later until we can show you what we're working on. All right, let's go over to Wix. So the 16 ouncer is available now. The Surface is not going to be available until probably June the 1st. That's when they'll be available. So if you do place an order, oh, forget, I got to lock those carts. Got to go lock my carts. Really forgot about that. We got to lock the carts. We're putting a destination on June the 1st, but it may be a little sooner than that. I don't know that, but it may be a little sooner than that. Because right now, even in June the 1st, I still got to be set up to be out there. Have to be established. And on top of that, for customers, just to let you know, I know I've been a little busy, been doing the updates with the site and everything, but you're taking care of your rest of the supplies coming today. Orders will be done today. Ink should be here, so we'll be good to go. So all tracking numbers are out to buy ink, out to buy supplies. This is what I'm talking about at the end of the day, that when I tell you the financial part of business, that you literally have to be to mark enough of your products in order to make enough money, because you got to pay for stuff at the end of the day. Supplies cost a lot of money. I pay a lot of money in supplies. I pay a lot of money in shipping. Mind you, all my shipping is free, so I pay a lot of money out for shipping. Well, we have the breaks and everything, but still, it's still money at the end of the day. So money we got to pay. And then on top of that, with free perks and stuff we add into the packages and all that stuff, yeah, all that stuff costs money at the end of the day. The oodles of projectors we have to buy for demonstrations and tests, and so all the stuff we have to do. Those rooms that I was designing, those rooms weren't cheap. Those rooms cost a couple $1,000s to put those things together. Brand new screens, dual 150 inches, we had one in the room, we had 135 on one wall. We had motorized projection screens throughout the entire environment. Yeah, that's a lot of money. But, you know, you got to spend money to make money. And that's why I said if your product, the first thing you need to do is you need to back your product, prove that it works 100%, that everything you're saying out of your mouth is true. And once you can get a customers to pay the price for your product, which you think you should be getting, and it should be enough that's going to be worth your time at the end of the day. If it's not worth your time and you're taking money out of your own pocket to basically pay for things for that product, it ain't worth your time. So, you know, I just had to turn around and pay for a whole bunch of supplies, all new containers, because containers cost money, and ink for the printer and paper, and then I had to buy the sleeves for the bags and a couple of screens for testing. I went out and purchased a cordless sprayer, because I do not want to be running around with the cord. I really don't. So all this stuff I had to buy in order to get ready for the next step up we're next trying to do. And then in mind, we get the business cards with the brochures. We got all that stuff we got to do. Yeah, a lot of stuff we got to do. And I got to rent these places out. So yeah, all that costs money. And I don't work a job. This is what I work at the end of the day. So my company pays for everything. And you know why it pays for everything? Because we're blessed by Jesus. That's why. I don't work a 9 to 5. I don't have to work a 9 to 5 ever. I haven't worked a 9 to 5 in 13 years. I haven't worked a job in 13 years. I don't know what it's like to go down and sit down and be around other people. I'm just not used to it. I'm used to having my own space, my own area. If I want to go on break and go take a walk in the park, I'm used to having that freedom. I'm not used to being saying you have to be at this job for so and so a certain time. Nope. I'm used to going, okay, I'm done. I'm caught up. Got everything finished. I'm gonna chill. When I was selling my screen paint products, I was literally selling so much paint. I would start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I would end at 12. I was done for the whole day. I had money sitting in my banking account. I was done. Nothing else I had to do. I just went around the corner and just chill at the Snickers store all day long because there was really nothing for me to do. I was finished. I had a certain quote that I made, and that was the end of it. And that's when I started teaching myself. I work myself hard when I'm doing transitions and updates for website. All that stuff requires a lot of work. It does. It requires tons and tons of work. But once you reach that stage and you're past all that, you've done all the testing, you can back your products up 100%. You have other people have your products. You have been on business, on site. You have people who fly you out to different areas. You got all that stuff documented. You can show what your product is worth. And especially if you can take out the certifies. You're definitely worth a lot of money. Because the physical screens is the first thing they start complaining about. Two things they complain about in the physical screens, complain about screen paints. Number one, well, it's a lot of things. Your game can't keep up with their screen. And it's true, you can't keep up with a screen. I've never seen a screen paint with a 0.8. Never, ever. Because y'all don't have that capability. So ambient light projection technology, it doesn't work on the other screens. It only works on gunmetal and higher technology screens. What's the other issue they have? Oh, the mess. They definitely talk about that all the time. Even when I was in the room and I was basically showing that we had a black technology that can compete with their products, they literally could say, well, your stuff is kind of messy. You know, people got to paint it in. They got to do this and got to physical screens. I got to worry about that. We just hang it up. We're done. Yeah, he was definitely right on that. That's the only thing I couldn't come back with. Now we can't, because we do have a physical screen. So we have physical screens now. Our physical screens do far better than your screens at the neck, because all you can do is just set yours up on the wall and that's it. You're not picking up no Infinity 1 contrast off one of them. We know that because we've done the testing. You definitely ain't taking a $5,000 screen outside and setting it up, so that's not going to happen. It's definitely not portable. That's not going to happen. It's definitely not acoustic, and it's not front and rear. So there you go. That's how many levels we beat them on a physical screen. And on top of that, because we designed the coding, we can convert anything we want. So you're stuck to that. We can convert tables and floors and anything we want. See, benefits. So you have to basically expand your technology's capability and do things that other people are not doing. You have to do demonstrations that no one else is going to do at the end of the day. You have to be the one that stands out, because if not, your product will be treated like everybody else's. You have to get your own identity, own ID, your own signature, you have to be different from everybody else. So my paint was selling to a point where I would work I had hours I would only work. I worked from 6 o'clock in the morning, and then by the time I processed all my orders and got everything done, did a couple of video demonstrations, I would basically go to the post office, drop off all my packages, and when I was coming from the post office, I was done. No more work. I was done. That was the end of it. $1,200 in my banking account. Finished. Done for the day. Yeah. Yes, sirree. Yep. That's why I said it's $60. You're not making any money at $60. I know. I did that myself. I charged about $50 for my product when it came out. Biggest mistake I made in my life. Didn't make any money at all. So when I started off, I made $50 a quart. That's what I made. And by the time I got done taking care of buying the cans and the products and everything else, I needed labels, paper, ink, you name it, even shipping, because my shipping's always been free. I was left with probably lucky if I got $10, maybe $5. I was lucky. And if I was lucky, I wasn't making no money. And it got to a point I started thinking like, gee whiz, I made more money in computers than I'm doing this. Like, is it really worth my time? And then I had a conversation with my mother. My mother's like, so what's your time worth? You got to figure out what you're worth at the end of the day. And I'm not telling you that, you got to prove what your worth is. You can't just, if you have to prove it today what your product is worth. You got to back up what it's worth, and you got to charge what it's worth. Because some people have amazing products, but they don't have the ability to charge what they need to charge at the end of the day. They feel like they're charging too much, they charge too less, and they would lose their shirt in the process. If your product is good, people will pay for it. So, the first time I got my first order, I charged $50 to get my first order. I remember my first customer that I got. That's how I knew the product had the potential to sell, because somebody bought one. And then they bought 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and it was 10, 20, and I wasn't making the money. So when I started charging $150 a quart, somebody still wanted to purchase the product. Now mind, there was a lot of great paints out there. There was a lot of great paints. But mine stood out because I did demonstrations that no one else did. Everybody else was copying Goose Screen. Everybody was doing the 4 and 5 applications and ambient light controlled environments and all that nonsense, because everybody wanted to be like Goose Screen. And I did the opposite of Goose Screen, and I got noticed. And sooner or later, about a year or 2 down the line, somebody contacts me, they want to contract with my company. That's how that started. That gave me a whole lot of publicity on top of that. So you gotta know what your product's worth. That's why you think we have all the certified screens. We have the certified screens for 2 reasons: to make sure that our products can take those screens on, because that's competition for me at the end of the day, and also 2, it shows the worth of my technology. You got a technology here, literally, that can take out as many certified screens as we throw at it. So what's your option here? You want to go 5,000 or you want to go 500? Because I can convince a person that's going to drop $5,000 for a screen to buy my technology in a heartbeat. That's a lot of money to shell out over a $500 screen. And keep in mind that under $500, that's actually twice, or actually 3 times the size, 150 inch versus 100 inch. Yeah, much larger screen size. So now I can show my technology's worth. So if I chose to sell out, or if I chose to sell my technology to a higher bidder, any company, even a white projection screen company, they coat that technology to their screen, their product automatically jumps to the roof. Yeah. And for the naysayers that say, oh, you're fake, you're not real at the end of the day. Man, you know how long I've been around? I was around before you even thought I even existed. I got technology that goes back 10 years back, sometimes even farther than that, and I can back all that stuff up. If my stuff didn't work, all my customers wouldn't work. All the products we have here wouldn't work. Nothing on site would have worked. It definitely wouldn't have worked on site. That would have been virtually impossible. Yeah, that's virtually impossible. And then when we take a few people to court, yeah, they're going to have to back up the same theory that they said that it didn't work. And if they don't, they're going to lose a lot of money in that ordeal. They're going to have to show my technology doesn't work. And I can paint that up anywhere I want. With no problem whatsoever. So, yeah, good luck on that one right there. Good luck. But anyway, we know that all comes from jealousy anyway. You know, it's funny. As long as I've been in this business, I watch people come and go. I have. I watch people come and go. I watch people with a lot of hype, and then they just burn out into nothingness. And I'm literally watching that happen to people right now. They are actually burning out right now. It's over for them. They're done. You know what I'm talking about? It's over for him. It's done. You see what he did to his website? I don't care about the doxing. He's already taken care of. FBI already been through his site already yesterday. I took his page down to FBI. They went through his page already. So he's already going to get hit. But anyway, when you do that to your site, you know what I mean? Imagine going to Best Buy and you go there and it's other people's addresses, there's cars being sold on there, there's pornography, it's all kinds of... You would think, what the freak is going on over here? Like, did they file for Chapter 11? Did somebody freaking lose their shirt? What happened? Like, did they lose their mind? Yeah, when you get to a point where you do that to your website, you have already given up. From the door, you've already given up. You threw in the flag. He's finished, he's done. That's into that. And the other one, he don't have enough experience in the field. He doesn't. And I can tell when you lie right from the door, if you're just starting your business off, do not lie on anything. Keep it 100% true. Because if you don't, this stuff comes back to bite you in the face on so many levels it's not even funny. Don't make up things that don't exist. Try to back up everything that you say. Because again, this stuff will come back to bite you in the face. Can't escape that. So, anyway, getting back to all this, we have the gamer, well, I can't wait to the gamer mats. They're going to be portable. I told you, got 3 luxury gaming lounges down here. Wait till they see what these things do. And I know they're going to want bigger sizes. Can we do bigger sizes? I don't know about that yet. But anyway, I do know that the size we're going to gamer mats, and we have those physical screens. I can't wait for those. They're going to be so freaking amazing. You see the lights on my desk? You get these for free. These things are amazing. I love these lights way better than the other ones. And they're basically weatherproof. And you can write your name with them and all kinds of stuff. Anything you want to do. I just got mine wrapped around the desk until we finish the desk. Okay, let me see what we got to do here. We're going to log in here, get this going, because I already finished. The other site's done. It's got the gunmetal screens are already done. We are still selling screen paint. We sell some of the stuff is not found on the website. They're done through invoices. We've been doing that for years. The invisibles are invoices. The projector mapping applications are invoices. Only companies can obtain that stuff. What's the other one? I think that's the only two. And then we had the 16 ouncer. So the 16 ouncer, we left that. We had to do some kind of paint on the website until we get a motorized projection screen, because right now we don't have one. And I do get customers who contact me and say, hey, look, if you guys are converting to screens only, what about those of us who have motorized projection screens? We want to convert them. I can't fit a screen up there. No, you cannot. You would jam the motor up big time. So do not do this. Matter of fact, I need to put that policy down there right now, because I don't want anybody buying it and thinking somehow they can tape or Velcro, and you roll that thing up. That motor is only designed to fit the size screen that it came with. Do not put anything up there. You would jam your motor. So I really have to put that in there. But we have the 16 ounces. So the 16 ouncer does about, we done it on a 100-inch screen over here. 16 ouncer does a 106-inch screen. So that's a good size screen. And they go for $127. Much cheaper than the probably it's all affordable, because that stuff has the same technology we developed to be able to take on certifies too. So yeah. You can go down and put yourself an eBay projector, which I'm gonna go pick up for $69 and coat it with the 16 ouncer and use it to take out $5,000, $6,000 projection screens. All right, so we need the login dashboard. Where we at? Ugh, man, things I gotta go do today. Got a busy day today. Gotta be out and about, which we will be getting our Cheez-Its. Our Cheez-Its. You can only have Cheez-Its in the park. Only have Cheez-Its. No place else you can't have Cheez-Its. I might try something different today. I don't know. Oh, I haven't had a strawberry milk, quick strawberry milk in so long. I definitely can have it with Cheez-Its. That's gonna make me throw up. So what will go right with it? No, I don't think anything will go right with that. All right. Okay, let me see. We're gonna be on the other side today, right? I think we're gonna be another day. Upside, turn you to the side. Customers are on that side. Can't bring it in. They always load me up to the customer screen, which I can't stand, because I got my people in there now. I'll call my customers my people. Oh shoot! We just got paid. A couple times we got paid. The 16 ounces, they jumping on that 16 ounce. I told you it's $127 for the 16 ouncer. It paints a 106-inch screen. And these screens, it's that technology. You see what this stuff does. It's incredible. And they'll tell you, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. The market, the price, so everybody can afford it. This is the way to do it. Because I got people right now saying, oh, but you can get all this money. You can get this because your screens can do this, that, and the other. Yeah, well, what's the point of charging $10,000 for a screen? That's crazy. What about the everyday Joe? Everybody should be able to afford good technology. Why should everybody have to have deep pockets at the end of the day? I can't stand the haves and have-nots. It shouldn't be right. Everybody should be able to have at the end of the day. My technology, I'm designing it to be better than everybody else's. I backed it up to be better than everybody else's, and I'm not going to charge that kind of money at the end of the day. I know sometimes I get on camera, I do these little rants sometimes about, I should be getting more money, but deep down inside, I can't do it because I'm not. My technology is not designed for it. It's not designed for us to do that because, again, I want to make a product that everybody can afford. That's why I got into the field. That's why I got into the business. That's why I did it. I didn't want to spend $3,000 for a Grey Wolf, and I thought it was outrageous that someone had to spend that much money for a screen. So I evened the level the playing field. Well, we didn't even it. We kind of leveled it. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm telling you, God is amazing. God is absolutely awesome. See, that's what I told you, man. If you're running a business, you got to do it under Jesus. You got to do it under Jesus. Man, he protects you on every level you could possibly think of. You will always, table will always be blessed. Walk that straight line. Keep calibrating your soul. At the end of the day, I keep calibrating myself. I keep going back and calibrating myself. Go back and calibrate myself. So if I say something stupid, I am going to apologize about it because I'm trying to constantly calibrate myself. Because, you know, the whole goal is people think that if you're going to be a Christian, you're thinking at the end of the day, if I be a Christian, God's going to give me lots of money at the end of the day, then you're in the wrong direction. You're definitely in the wrong direction. If you went in for wealth and money, you definitely lost your path. You're in the wrong path right now. You want to serve God because you want to be the best Christian you could possibly be at the end of the day. You want to be able to do it without sin, without basically to please Him every chance you can get. You know, when you got kids at the end of the day, your kids do dumb stuff at the end of the day. They do destructive stuff, and then you got to scold them at the end of the day because, you know, you don't want them getting in any trouble going down the wrong path at the end of the day. So you make sure that you try to do your best to make sure that they're guided on the right path. And your kids, you know what I mean? If they're trying to do right by you, they're going to try to do their very best to prove to you that they can be that adult or be that person at the end of the day that they can get that respect from you. Same thing. Same thing at the end of the day. Same thing at the end of the day. It ain't about money. That's the problem. Some Christians get twisted up. They do. They get twisted up and they think it's all about money, getting more blessings, getting more money, 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 money. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. As Lord asked me today and he said, hey, name anything you would want right now. I would ask to be closer to him. That's the best gift I could ever have. It's worth more than money. And for me at the end of the day, I could be homeless. I could be out on the street. I could have nothing to me at the end of the day. But if you ask me, what would I want? I'm not going to ask for food. I'm not going to ask for riches. I'm going to ask for none of that. I'm going to ask for the knowledge to be able to serve him better. That's what I'm going to ask for. Because I know I'm already taken care of. If Lord takes the time out to take care of the animals and the beasts of the earth, how much more would he take care of the Son of Man if he would obey him? God would take care of you. He takes care of us every single day. Anything I need is blessed. It's take care of. If it's within his means for us to have, we're blessed. So if someone sits there and says, oh, I'm going to destroy your company, remember who you're speaking to. You're not speaking to me. You're speaking to my Lord and Savior. You're speaking to God at the end of the day. That's who I serve. So when you make that statement, the very statement that you said to me will happen to you. That's why I said be careful what you say to a Christian. The very things that you say will happen to you. I've had that experience already. I'll never forget it as long as I live. So he sat there and said that I'm going to go out of business. I'm going to lose everything. It's happening to him right now. And everybody that's around him, that connected with him, you will carry the same exact curse. Yeah. Mind you, any evil thing that you're thinking about a Christian at the end of the day, it's going to come back on you. All right, so we got orders coming in. Oh, gee whiz, we got so much to do. I've got to order the 16-ounce containers. We're going to be busy. We're going to be really busy for the next couple of days, really, really busy. And I'm expanding my warehouse. I'm actually going to get a bigger place to work at because we're going to need a bigger place to work at. So probably around the end of the year, I'm looking at something really big, something we can rent, good size. We can get our work in, stuff like that. And some other things I want to experiment and work on. So we need a bigger spot. And I'm working on right now with a real estate agency for land leasing. So I'm looking at getting my land. Because that ad tech, man, we get the pizza. We got 4 locations. What I did was I pinpointed 4 areas in the city where we can set up that window advertisement. No matter where it's hit at, they're going to see it from all 4 corners. Ad tech is so advanced. We put that stuff in the window. It is lights out. Everybody looks at it, you can see the excitement in their eyes because they know it's going to bring them a ton of business. Matter of fact, I got to meet up with this guy today. I got to design a portfolio. Once I get everything done here, get my portfolio done. All right, happy about that. Thank you to the customer who placed the order. We really appreciate your business. I really do. I appreciate it. Get you ready to go. Get you set up. God is good. 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 And I'll tell you, God is good. Lord bless you with amazing customers. You're going to have customers at the end of the day. They're going to be like that. You know, you're going to deal with that. And you're going to have good customers, you know. The Lord's going to fight all your battles at the end of the day. He got you back at the end of the day. So that's why I said that. When we go to court, I'm going to win every single lawsuit. I'm going to win every complaint that I've filed, everything. I'm going to get my justice. I'm going to get everything. Because my Lord will see it through. I put it in his hands. He's the one that's directing me to do what has to be done. So I guarantee you, those who basically prosecuted me, came after me, attacked me, you will see your day. Two ways you pay for things. Either here with the living or with the dead. One way or another. When you pass off this earth, you're gonna be called on everything you've done. The two ways you go about it. And some people look at that's not a threat at the end of the day. It's actually, it's true. If you pass off this earth, you're going to have to pay for something. You know that, right? You're not going to no la-la land and live in paradise. That doesn't exist. There are two ways you pay for it. You pay for it among the living, among man law, or you basically pay for it in spiritual law. And in spiritual law, it's far worse. Because at least on this side, at the end of the day, there's still forgiveness. There's still a chance for you. Over there, you're done. Your chances are gone. You're already chosen to burn in purgatory for the rest of your life. That's it. Or you'll be in paradise for the rest of your life. One or the other. But there's no take-backs, no do-overs, nothing. Once you pass over, you do not come back. Some people say they die, they come back. That's a second chance. You literally got a second chance to do something better with your life. Very few people get that option, to die and come back. If you got that option, that means the Lord gave you a second chance. Go run with it, do something with it. Go serve the Lord. Do something, because the next time you pass over, well, I gave it to... You gotta be kidding me. I brought you back. Did you serve me? Did you announce my name? Did you give credit for what I did for you? Nothing at all? Okay, well, you know where you're going. See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. You got a second chance. And some people who survive like catastrophic disasters become Christians. Like, you know, a plane crashing into the earth and you're the only survivor who walked away from it without a scratch on you. Now, some people go through the survivor's guilt because they feel that they shouldn't survive, because other people should have a better chance of surviving. But there's a reason why you survived that crash. Maybe it's because God is basically making you a servant of the Lord, a warrior of the Lord, so you can save other people so they don't end up on the other side. And as for Christians, a lazy Christian who does not talk about grace, a lazy Christian who does not tell people about the glory of the Lord because they're basically too ashamed. Some people are too ashamed to pray in public. They get like that. They're too ashamed. You know, you're considered to be a lazy Christian. The Lord doesn't like that at all. You preach about when you come to the Lord and you say, Lord, Lord, Lord. He says, I don't even know you. Did you talk about me? Did you preach about anything at all, period? That means you don't know me. And then you get the people out there that are afraid to pray in public. What's the fear of praying in public for? You're giving thanks to your Lord for blessing you with food. You know, don't have to have that food. You can lose your job the next day and you can end up homeless and you can end up starving on the streets. Just like that. In a hot second. So the fact you're able to lift up, put something to your mouth and fill your stomach at the end of the day when there's so many people out there who don't have it, is a blessing at the end of the day. I pray in every place I go. I pray when I'm at the park with my Cheez-Its. I pray right there on my Cheez-Its. Anywhere I'm at, I pray. I don't put food. If I forget and pray, I spit the food out of my mouth. Because it shouldn't be in there. My mom watched me spit food out of my mouth. She said, what's wrong with the food? I said, nothing. I forgot to pray. I feel guilty if I swallow that food without prayer. Now, you imagine this, people. You imagine that, say you open the door for somebody. Every day you see the same person, you open the door, and they don't say thank you at all. They say nothing to you at all. They do it again and do it again and do it again and do it again. You open the door, you're nice to them again and again. They walk by you like you're supposed to be the doorman at the end of the day. Eventually, you're going to lose your temper. Some people lose their temper on the first try. Like, what the freak? Like, you answer no thank you? No excuse me? You've seen some people walk somebody back in and shut the door and walk away. Like, really? That's how you, no thank you at all, period. All right, whatever. You know what I mean? Get mad about it. But just think about every day when you get up, that you say that God don't do anything for you. You woke up, didn't you, right? So that means he did something for you. He allowed you to wake up the next day. I explain to people that you got to give thanks because he gives you something every day you don't realize. You got a job, don't you? Might not be a job that you like, but it still pays money at the end of the day. It puts food on your table, don't it? Pays your bills, don't it? Got a roof over top of your head, don't you? There's some people that have it worse than that. You got people out there that are homeless that'll sit there in the food line and thank the Lord. Don't have nothing at all, and they'll thank the Lord for a bowl of soup. Yep. You got to be careful how you treat people, too. Got to be real careful about that. When a homeless man walks up to you and asks you for money or food, give it to him. What's $1 to you at the end of the day? If it's my last dollar, I give my last dollar. You know why? Because I'm always blessed with more. I never think about, oh, I don't have enough for this, I don't have enough for this, I can't pay this and can't pay that. God takes care of all that for me. No matter where I land my head, God is always going to take care of me. You're watching my business flourish, right? You're watching money shoot through my accounts. You're watching us being taken care of. You see our technology transfer. We're changing. We're evolving to something bigger and better. God takes care of everything that we need. And what is not meant for me to have, it ain't meant for me to have. And which is good, because sometimes things that you buy at the end of the day could be your worst nightmares, and it could cause you to self-destruct. You know, like moving into an apartment when the Lord told you clearly not to move into an apartment. You know, the day that I moved into the apartment, my back went out. Yeah, my back went out. Literally went out on the day I moved in. And I sat there and said, Lord, why in the world? I'm moving out of here. I'm going to be setting up. I got this new spot. Lord was warning me, don't move into that building. Did I listen? No, didn't listen at all. From the day I moved in that building, it was nothing but a nightmare for me. Loud noise, stomping, screaming, yelling. It's funny because when I watch memes about the upstairs neighbors, man, I know that all too well. Upstairs and downstairs neighbors. Oh, man. I was depressed every single day I was there. Depressed every single day. I had to play music constantly, 24/7, not to hear the noise upstairs and downstairs. I hated it. I hated it so much. You have no idea how much I hated it. Oh, I was so depressed. The good thing about it is when I went to the other place, the caring place over there, I could leave the building. I did not like that place at all. I didn't. But the Lord for me took my back out and everything. And my sister sat there and said, well, you don't got to leave. You can stay as long as you want until you find a place that you want. Because even she picked up a bad vibe on the place. She said, you sure? Because, you know, ain't no rush. You good? No, I rushed it. And I paid for it. So you got to learn to listen when the Lord tells you something. Got to learn to listen. Man, I tell you. Well, got things to do today. Get things taken care of. I know I skipped over a few things. Sometimes I do that when I'm talking. Man, I tell you. You got to think about it all. It's you know, when I think about it all, it's just amazing how good he's been to me. It's unbelievable. Mind, you're looking at a man that's supposed to do 40 years in prison, 40 to 80 years in prison, and I'm out here doing this. Back. I can't pay it back because, see, that's the part about being a Christian. Some people understand, is that I can't cheat, I can't steal, I can't rob, I can't do any of that stuff, and I don't want to do any of that stuff. All I want to do is serve my Lord the best way I possibly can. If it means that I have to lose everything that I have to serve Him closer, then so be it. I'll take that path any day. That's what it comes down to. The devil don't like to hear that. He got to leave. He can't stand hearing it. Well, that's what it is, Satan. At the end of the day, I serve my Lord. I'm bound to Him for life. So I don't rob, I don't steal, do any of that stuff whatsoever, period. I don't even fornicate at all, period. No. Don't fornicate at all, period. Discipline. I don't lay with a woman at the end of the day that I'm not married to. If there's no ring attached to her, I don't touch her. Because you know why? That's a sin. You're not supposed to do that. It's a very hard one too. It's a very hard rule to follow at the end of the day. But when you love your Lord and you really, really love Him at the end of the day, and you want to do everything you can to make Him happy, you don't do that. That struck a nerve for a lot of people right now. A lot of nerve. Yeah, I've been celibate for 5 years. Yep. I don't do that mess. Nope. I go out, take a woman out to eat for dinner. I enjoy her company. We go out and we have a good time. And on top of that, I can tell her no at the end of the day, because I don't do that at the end of the day. You got to have a ring on my hand in order for me to do that, because you ain't supposed to do that until you're married. Technically, truthfully, and it's going to strike a nerve with a lot of people, but it is what it is. Even when the Pharisees, look at the Bible in Matthew, when the Pharisees were challenging Jesus on marriage. In marriage, keep in mind that rule basically of not sleeping with another woman or not being with another woman, that rule basically, if you even look at a woman the wrong way, if this was Old Testament, a lot of people get stoned to death. Now mind you, they're not putting you in the pit, they putting your whole family in the pit. They cut your bloodline off. That's what they do. They don't care. They women defile God in the Old Testament, you was going in the pit, you was getting stoned to death. So if you were a woman of the night, stoned to death. If you looked at a woman the wrong way, or if a woman didn't, they're getting stoned to death. Commit adultery, get stoned to death. A lot of stuff here. You be getting stoned. And everybody would get together and yeah, they would join in murdering you. It's funny because they know that murder. But anyway, yep. You're not supposed to sleep with a woman unless you're married to her. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to be. And this is the part that's going to kill a lot of people and really get upset about this. I got some people, my family members that messed up on this one. You can't marry, if you divorce, you technically can't marry somebody else until that other person is passed off this earth. See, you're under, when you do that, when you marry, you and people, some people agree with you on this. When you marry under God's house, you want to go to God's house, you want to get married, then you follow God's rules. And under God's rule, till death do you part, that means one of you have to go in order for you to get married. If you marry someone and your spouse is still alive, you committed adultery. Yep. That's what you did. So that person would have to pass off. So when I would date women, if I was serious about the relationship, if she was married, I couldn't touch her. It was a 10-foot pole. She had to be a widow or she had to be unwed in order for me to go near her. If she was married already, couldn't bother with her. Because under God's law, she's still married. A lot of people can't follow that one. That's an extremely hard one to do. So, marriage is an extremely serious thing. It's not a joke where a bunch of people get married. Oh, we got married, we got rings. No, it's a very, very serious contract. You have two contracts, one with man and one with God. When you basically, that preacher comes up to you, you are married under God's contract. So that means if you divorce and you marry somebody else, you have committed adultery. Yep. And if you lay with somebody and you're not married to them, you fornicated. Now, I basically am guilty of that sin. I'm not pure as gold. No. When I was living with my ex, there's no way in the world. And I felt guilty about it too. I felt really bad about it. That we should have been married, which I'm glad we didn't. Oh my goodness, I'm glad we didn't. But anyway, we were supposed to be married, and we were supposed to, we shouldn't have been living together at all, period. You come to one of my older brothers and sisters, they're Christians, big time Christians, and you're basically not married to that person, you're not sleeping in the same room. You'll sleep in separate rooms. Only married couples can do that. But yeah. All right. Let me get over here to our page to get our editing in. I'm looking at this order. Let me get this knocked out real quick for them. Get them out the door. We got the mailers down there. They're going it's on a mailer. I'm gonna box that baby. I'm gonna box it. Box it. Put it in a box. Got a flat rate box on there, small. We sure they got tons of boxes. I'm the last person who said, "Do you have any boxes in here?" We got tons of boxes. So yeah, I'm so happy. God's blessing us. Oh my goodness, He's blessing us. And right now, I'm going to be working on a few things. I got that gamer. That gamer paint is going to be amazing. I can't wait to start working on that thing. Can't wait to start working on it. We got a PS5 going to be coming through pretty soon. We're going to strip down that sucker. We're going to hook it up. I'm thinking about doing that whole giant PC kit, but I don't want to do anything that big. It's huge. That's a huge case. And massive thermotape cases. I was going to strip down a PS5, Xbox, and a gaming system, put them all in one, and hook it up to a switch box through HDMI so I can switch out my games at will in one big system and liquid cool all of them. That'd be a crazy liquid cool setup. Each one would have to have their own dedicated liquid cool setup. We'd have to drop 2 power supplies in that baby to run it. Yep. Yes, sir. But that'd be a huge project. We'll probably do that at the end of the year. It's going to be a huge project for that one. A lot of stripping down stuff. All right, let me see. Get him taken care of. Let me see. Let's get over here. We need to get to our home page so we get set up. Because we got to put some new updates in for everybody. Those long screws. I'm telling you, we're going to show you where I'm going to take the screws. I'm going to slant the screen a little bit and show you what the ultra short throw. Actually, if the ultra short throw picks up, it doesn't auto-correct that well. I tell you one thing that does good autocorrect on a cricket wall, but no, you still get that freaking wave in there. That's the problem. The Epsons have a fantastic, they're like $95. I'm gonna get another Epson. I miss my Epson projector. I need to buy another one from eBay. Those projectors have a fantastic keystone correction system in there, really nice one. So we need to get that one in there. All right. Let me see. All right, let me got here for time. Oh, we got to go. I'm not going to do any updates on camera. Just want to do the whole thing with the whole desk being crashing, but just give you some updates. And of course, always talk about Jesus. Always give thanks to my Lord. You know, if you don't like hearing me talk about the Lord, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to go to somebody else's channel because I'm always going to praise God because, again, I got a lot to be grateful for. And I'm always happy. I'm not saying always happy. I have some bad days too, but it's not actually a bad day when you know who's protecting you. That's when it's not a bad day. So I'm happy. I'm so happy right now. So let me get my customers taken care of. You guys are going to be good to go. On Friday, everybody's going to be shipping out. And I got to find a smaller box for his containers, which I never thought about the 16 ounces. I don't want to do those in the packages. I really don't. All right, let me get to work. Get you guys taken care of. I'll probably pop me back on later when I'm out there walking around somewhere. I got some things got to take out there, so I'll take you on a walk and talk. I don't know how good the tether is. If it does get a little choppy, I do apologize, but you know, it's the best I can do. But okay, gotta go. Thank you all, and